Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises and glories due. Call Halal, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, Rakwakadash, double onset apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom and salutations and honors to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, noise in this world abroad, all around the world. And Shalom to you few sisters out there listening in silence to the spirit and power of our Lord Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua. So, yeah, I just want to do a lesson real quick. It won't be super long. But, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, So really just going back into, the things that you receive, in this world or whatever, The Lord could give it to you, the Lord, everything that, we use in today's society, that we have, it really all comes from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So it's not ours, it's from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And, the Lord could give it to you and he could take it away from you. Like, for example, look at America. The Most High gave this place to the so-called white man, Esau Edom. He gave this place to the so-called white man because, because the Lord said he ruleth in the kingdom of... Actually, let's get that real quick. Yeah, so this is Daniel's. Look at that. Yeah, this is Daniel's chapter 4, verse 17. This manner is the decree of the watchman and the demand by the word of the holy ones to the intents that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomever he will, and setteth up over it, the beast of men. So, so it's the Most High that ruleth in the kingdom of men, ultimately. And it's the Most High that giveth it to whoever he will. Even your life. Because the Lord said that the Lord killeth and maketh alive. So, so even your things, even the things that are of this world, that are in this world, like your car, your home, your woman, your money, the Most High could give that to you and he could take it away from you. Just like that, So, we shouldn't really be boastful and high-minded about the things that we have or what the stuff that we possess or whatever. And be proud and say, oh, we got it by our own hands. No. The only reason why you got it is because the Most High gave it to you. The Most High have given it to you. So the things that you have aren't yours. Just like in the situation with Job. Go on. Let's go back to Job. So this is Job chapter 1. You know, you know. So let's read that. This is Job chapter 1 verse 1. There was a certain man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feareth the Most High, and escheweth evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yokes of oxen, and 500 she asses, and a very great household. So that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east. You know. So verse 4, and his sons went and fasted in their house, everyone in his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. And it was so when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sacrificed them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. And Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. Now there was a day when the sons of God came and presented themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and from the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, and one that feareth the Most High God, and enchanteth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, does thou, Job, fear God for naught? Has not thou made a hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he have on every side? Thou hast blessed the works of his hands, and his substance increased in the land. But put forth thy hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. Verse 13, and there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in his elders' brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job, and said, the oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them, and the Sabeans fell upon them, and took them all away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came another, and said, the fire of the Most High is fallen from heaven, and have burned up the sheep, and the servants, and consumed them. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was speaking, yet another came also another, and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away. Yea, they slay the servants with the edge of the sword, and only am I escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in the eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the four corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rented his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped. So this is the point. He said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord give, and the Lord have taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. You see? So it's the Lord that giveth and the Lord that taketh away, The Lord could give you life and he could take your life from you. And he could take away your life. He could give you the substance that you have. He could give, the things that you have. The things that you have that you use in the society, the resources. He could give it to you and he could take it away from you. So really we can't really boast of the things that we have in this world. Because your stuff is not your stuff. Your stuff belongs to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and he could take it away from you. He could give it to you and he could take it away. That's why the Lord is known as the Almighty, the highest of the highest, the most high. Okay? So this is what we got to understand, being in this truth, before you came into this thing, you may have had good substance, you may have things, but, once you entered in this truth and once you came in this truth, you started to see that, the things that you had was no longer there. Your woman, may have gone astray on you, stepped out on you. You may have had, things, subsistence, properties, that you lost. You may have had that good job that you had, that you lost, So that's the Most High taking it away from you, because really what it is, you're going through a transition. You're going through a test. And really it's the test to see that you will be faithful. And this situation that Job went through, it was nothing but a test. Because like my man Mike Tyson said, when you hit rock bottom, that's when your true character is going to come out. Because really, how is there, he was like, there's no test without it, there's no testimony without a test. So when there is no test, there is no testimony. So these things are necessary for a testimony. Because your faith has to be tested. It has to be proven. And this situation that Job went through, proved that he was a man of the Lord. He was a man of integrity. Because when Satan made that bet to the Most High, saying that, look, if you take all of his stuff away from him, he will curse thee to thy face. But when the Lord allowed Satan, to take Job's stuff away from him, to take everything that he had, Job, he kept his integrity. One thing he didn't lose was his integrity in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and the Most High. So when he was proven and he passed that test, he got double back for his trouble, He got double for his trouble, because he passed that test, he was able to complete it. He was able to go through what he went through and pass with flying colors. And then at the end, he got double for his trouble. Likewise, us being in this knowledge. Once we pass this test, the test that we go through, being in this faith, being in this truth, we're going to get double for our trouble. So the thing is, we just got to remain faithful and remain humble, and keep our integrity, stay prayed up, fast, you know, and just stay in the spirit, because like my man Mike Tyson said, there is no test without it. There is no testimony without a test. When there is no test, there is no testimony. You know. So so there's gotta be a test in order to have a testimony. You gotta pass the test. You gotta take the test. You know. And likewise, that's what we're going through as men of the Lord in this faith, in this journey that we're in. We go through certain things in our lives where we lose the things that we have that makes life comfortable, and we end up enduring it and taking it, and in due time, the Lord will raise you back up, will take you out of that position, and then there you have it. You got a testimony. Now you live to talk about it, and to build and to boost up other brothers' faith too, So, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away at the end of the day. Because all in the earth is His. All in the earth belongs to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua anyway. So, So in order to have a testimony, you got to pass the test. You got to complete the test. And that's what brothers in this faith are going through right now. Got to complete that test. So brothers, hold fast, and stay prayed up, and just stay on the path of faith. So with that, giving all praises and glories due to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakwakadash. Hope this lesson was edifying. And until the next time, Shalom.